The Democrats have a lot of problems. First and foremost, the one in the White House. How do you deal with that? Now Governor Gavin Newsom has to figure out who he's going to appoint as the next senator from California. So, waiting in the wings, of course, are Katie Porter. I call her Mrs. Doubtfire. That's who she looks like. Barbara Lee and Adam Schiff, pencil neck Schiff. They're all running for this seat. Now, none of them are going to be appointed to this. Here's why. Gavin Newsom said that he's only going to appoint an interim placeholder. So these three can battle it out. She does look like Mrs. Doubtfire, doesn't she, Katie Porter, all the way on the right? I'm sorry to say it, but it's true. So here's what Gavin Newsom did indicate he would do. This is before Dianne Feinstein died, but this is the governor of California.
But you're going to abide by, it would be essentially a caretaker, an African-American woman.
We hope we never have to make this decision, but I abide by what I've said very publicly on a consistent basis, yes.
So he's going to appoint an African-American woman. Now, you heard Chuck Todd there say as a placeholder, as a caretaker. That's until the election. So Barbara Lee is the only black woman in the race. Clearly, he can't appoint her because he's not going to appoint from those running. So what does Gavin Newsom do here? And first off, the identity politics of this. If you were a black woman, do you really want to be appointed to the United States Senate simply because you're a black woman? Come on. This is where the Democrats are. It's so backwards in thinking. And in many respects, it's racist. So what will Gavin Newsom do? Well, quietly, I promise you, amongst Democrat leadership, amongst the forces at the very, very top, the Obamas, the Soroses, I'm sure the Clintons are in on these conversations. I can't promise you they would consider appointing Kamala Harris as the next senator from California. What would that do? That would mean Kamala Harris would have to vacate her vice presidential seat. Now, I don't think her ego would ever allow her to do that. But if the party elites came calling and made her an offer she just can't refuse, maybe she'd have to. And then what would happen? Well, after she's appointed to the Senate, well, maybe Joe Biden then appoints Gavin Newsom as his vice president. And then lo and behold, a couple months later, Joe Biden steps down for health reasons and Gavin Newsom is your next president. Here's the reality. Gavin Newsom is a formidable foe. They can't win, the Democrats right now, against any candidate, much less President Trump. President Trump is dominating and setting himself up for a red wave. A fight against Gavin Newsom in that general election would be a much different scenario. I'm here to tell you, I despise the man. I don't trust the man. He is a wolf. He is devious. He is swarmy. He is slimy. He is all of those things. But he's also cool as a cucumber, cool as the flip side of a pillow. Watch him being questioned by conservative media after the GOP debate.
Why should parents not know if their kids are transitioning at school?
It's a hell of a thing. You're talking about 1% of the population. Climate change that's impacted 100% of the population wasn't even brought up. And we're talking about trans issues. 1% of the population in the United States. These kids just want to live. These kids just want to live. And we're having a debate about trans issues at the Reagan Library. It's to be ashamed.
At the Reagan Library, as if he has any right to comment about the Reagan Library. But no matter what you say about his lies and him flipping the script, who brought this trans issue to the forefront of America? The Democrats did. He just flips the script there and then drops his mic and walks out. This is what he does. He's very good at that. And that's dangerous to Republicans.